Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to present our material about studying translation product and process. Next. Here are our members, and the first material will be presented by myself. Next slide. Since the 50s, many studies have adopting a variety of different approaches have tried to categorize what happens in translation. The two most notable are Finesse and Debenhams taxonomy in comparative stylistic of French and English, and Catford's linguistic approach and the concept of translation shift. Next slide. Vin and Debenhams carried out a comparative analysis of pre-existing translations, identifying a series of strategies and procedures. The general ones are direct translations, meaning retailer, and oblique translations, meaning free. Next slide. The strategies of direct are first, borrowing, second, calc, third, literal translation. And oblique has first, transposition, second, modulation, third, equivalence, and fourth, adaptation. Next. There are other ones that exemplified first, amplifications, second, economy, third, loss compensations, fourth, explications, and five, generalizations. The second material will be presented by Ahmad Nabel.
Okay, thank you, Avila. I'm going to continue and talk about Catford and his translation shift. G.C. Catford is linguistic theories of translation in 1965. This theory is about applying the linguistic approach to the translation process. According to his theory, translation differentiates between formal correspondence and textual equivalence. The formal correspondence, basically the general translation system based concept between two languages. For example, the noun window in English might be said generally the same in the English language system as the noun jendela does in Indonesia. On the other hand, textual equivalence, basically the translation meaning may be differ from what is written in the text. For example, the English word out of the window in textual equivalence means dibuang in Indonesia. Meanwhile, the formal correspondence of it will be di luar jendela. Now, when these two concepts are diverse, we have translation shift. Translation shift it is the process of changing an original written text into different verbal language. For example, when we take Chinese language as the source text and English as the target language. Translation shift is divided as two, shift of level and shift of category. Shift of level, for example, something that is expressed by grammar in the source language and it becomes lexis in the target language. Shift of category, the first one is structural shift, second one class shift, third one rank shift, and the last one intra-system shift or internal change shift. Okay, that's all for me. The next material will be continue with Putri Maharani.
Okay, thank you, Nabel. Now we have the option markedness and stylism in translation. Stylistic shift in translation has received greater attention in more recent translation theory. This has to do with first, interest in the intervention of the translator and his or her relationship to the ST author as exemplified through linguistic choice, and the second one is the development of more sophisticated computer tools to assist analysis. Then there is markedness related to a choice or pattern of choice that stand out as unusual and may come to the reader's attention. Next slide. Corpus-based translation studies. First, there is monolingual corpora, collection of text in the same language. Second is comparable bilingual corpora, which are normally specialized collection of similar essays in the two languages and which can be mined for terminology and other equivalents. Third is parallel corpora, pair which when aligned can allow the strategies employed by the translator to be investigated. Next, other corpus-based and corpus-driven studies. First is research construct parallel corpora, for example, an STTT pair or series of pair in electronic format, which have been downloaded or scanned copyright permitting. It is also noticeable that a good number of studies adopt a contrastive analysis approach using the analysis of comparable corpora that may be genre-specific. That's all from me. The next material will be presented by Indra.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. So the next one, we have the cognitive process of translation. So here, the three-stage process involve the following. So the first one we have here is reading and understanding. So Lederer in 1994 says that the reading and understanding involves using linguistic competence and world knowledge to grasp the sense of source text, or ST in short. The world knowledge we have, according to Lederer, is deverbalized, theoretical, general, encyclopedic, and cultural, and activated differently in different translator and by different texts. So the second one we have here is this deverbalations, deverbalization. I mentioned before about deverbalizations. So what is it? Well, it is an essential intermediate pace if the translator is to avoid transcoding and calcs. And the last one is re-expressions, which is where the target text is constituted and given form based on the deverbalized understanding of sense. Moving on to the next one. Next slide. So here we have ways of investigating cognitive processing. So what we have here is the think aloud protocol, in short, TAPS, and later down the road is known as the retrospective protocol. In this type of study, the translator is asked to verbalize his or her thoughts process while translating or immediately afterwards. But of course, just because TAPS is popular doesn't mean that it doesn't come with its limitations. So the first limitation we have here is how TAPS actually slows down the translation process. Because obviously not everything has to be verbalized when we are translating some things, because it will be mouthful. And the second one is what tools are allowed on this translation method. It's not specified, like can we use dictionaries, notes, or internet even. And that's all for my limitation of TAPS, and that's it for my part. Thank you for listening. Back to the moderator.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.